Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a 1983 Honda 750 Shadow. I bought this bike like three and a half years ago. It was one of them things where they said there's nothing wrong with it. It just sat for a long time. Anyways, started working on it. Put gas in the gas tank. Next day there's gas all over the ground. And on these Honda Shadows here, the gas tank itself ain't really a gas tank. The main gas tank's this little box right here, and that was all rotted out. I put a new one of them on there, and I got a new battery and put it in and tried starting it. It's like really clicking, like something must be loose or something inside the base of the engine. So I didn't put the starter on. We're gonna take the side panel off and see if one of the starter clutch is bad or something like that. So I guess I should have started filming this when I first got about the gas tank and stuff, but we'll do a video on checking the starter clutch and stuff out. So anyways, hope you enjoy the video. Okay, the starter clutch and everything's under here. So we'll go ahead and take this foot pedal off, take the shifter off so we can get to this side panel here. I got a couple bolts here so I can put all the bolts in there. So there's two bolts here. You gotta be careful because the water line from the radiator goes down to the water pump down there. So we gotta be careful around that hose and stuff there. Yeah, I paid $100 for this. It's probably $99 more than what I should have paid for it. But still, I gotta try fixing it. Okay, let's go ahead and put these nuts back on there so I don't lose them. Okay, now I'll take the gear shifter off. There's one thing kind of neat on this here. There's a dot on the gear shifter itself, and there's a little dot on the shaft, so you know where to put this back on there. That's kind of cool. Well, yeah, I got a brand new starter for it, but I want to see these gears and starter clutch before I put that starter on there. And I'm going to put this bolt right back in there too. So now we got to take this cover off here because the hydraulic clutch cylinders under here, and it looks like we got a bunch of Allen head bolts to take off. Okay, so them two bolts are 10 millimeter and the size 5 Allen wrench. And I got my cup here ready to bolts in there so I don't lose them. Okay, there's our hydraulic clutch right there. I'm going to shoot some air in there and get some of that dirt away from there. Okay, we took the one bolt out. Well, that's really corroded. Hold that at my next project. Blow that out real quick. Looked like a good deal at the time, but well, I'm sure worst comes to worst, you could probably buy rebuild kits for them clutch cylinders and stuff, I imagine. Instead of $100 bike, it's probably turned like a $500-600 bike here. That gas tank cost me like $100, and starter I got, well, that was like 70 or something like that. And I got the seats reupholstered on it already. I think I got all the bolts out. Let me double check. If I tap on that a little bit. I'm going to use a rubber mallet on this. Kind of gently pry that apart. There we go. Okay, we'll unhook the starter over here. Everything looks okay, but I have to pull this flywheel off with the starter. Clutch is right behind here. I gotta get a razor blade and clean off all that gasket and stuff. This is gonna be like a week or two project because I don't even think I have a pull. I think I have to order a puller for this. Plus, when I do that, I gotta check that starter clutch out and everything. So, and whenever I get parts for it, we'll do a little mini clip on it or whatever, and until I get a doggone thing running, I guess. Okay, it's been a couple of months since I've been working on this. It's been sitting on the table. I've been too busy working on all everybody's lawnmowers and stuff, but I finally got a puller for this. I got some other parts, so we'll see how far I can get on it tonight. Well, that was easy. Gotta remember where everything goes here. Teeth and everything on that look good. I bought a complete used one right here with the gears on it and everything. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with this one. I really don't. That one there looks like it's in good shape. All the springs are all intact and everything. There's no, all the teeth look good and everything. Everything looks good, so now all I gotta do now is go to the other side and replace the starter. I got a new starter for it. Should pop this back off so I can clean that gasket material off that block really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that back off again. So I'm gonna get my wire brush and razor blade and clean it off really good. And I'll go to the other side and put the starter on. Okay, I'm gonna cover these holes in here so none of that particles from the gasket go into the Okay, I guess we can go to the other side now and start taking the starter apart. There it is right here. Like the starter wires, looks like a 10 millimeter. And looks like two 10 millimeter bolts holding it on. I'm going to take the arrows and blow really good around the starter. Make sure that's nice and clean under the starter and stuff. Don't leave much room for big hands in here. Get a 1/4 inch ratchet with a 10 millimeter on there. Pop them two bolts out. Gotta kind of lift the back up a little bit and push it out. We gotta move the fuel pump here. There we go. Okay, we blow that out of there and stuff up from underneath the starter. My new starter here. And I put a little WD-40 in that O-ring right there. But I want to count the splines, make sure it's the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They both have the same amount of splines on them. Put some WD-40 on that O-ring real quick. I just so it slides in there easier. Okay, looks like it's in place now. Get them nice and snug. Put the protective cover back on top. Alright, now we go back over the other side and start putting all the gears and everything back on. Okay, this one here is the original one, and this is the one I got on eBay. And it has a keyway in here. You know if you can tell, but it's this part here sits lower down than this part here. So I got that kit, that one-way spin kit, the starter drive kit. I'm gonna put this one on the original flywheel here, and I'm not gonna use this one. The diameter's the same, but this part here sits like about a 1/4 inch lower than this one here. It's kind of hard to tell on the tape, but this sits up a little bit higher, and it don't have that keyway. So we're gonna take these torque bolts out and put this new starter gear on the original one. It might work, don't get me wrong, but I've had this bike like 3 or 4 years and work out a little bit here and there. I just want to get it done so I can ride it. Spend all summer long working on everybody else's stuff. Seems like I never have the time to do some of the stuff I like doing anymore, but oh well. That magnet is nice and strong in there. And there that is. It looks good and all. But when I got it, when I tried starting it, it sounded like something was breaking in here and it wouldn't turn the motor over. That's why I got all this. And back in the day when I was younger, I had a bike like this. It's nothing big or fancy, but they were sure a fun running bike. I had a lot of fun with it. Well, this new starter clutch, it came with these long bolts. And here are the bolts. Here are the bolts that I just took out. Why would they send these long ones? Everything looks the same. See this one, that new one, won't even fit in that. It's not going the way I wanted. And that don't even fit in there. Wow. This one here basically fell apart. That spring was broke. So maybe that was my problem. So on this one that I got from eBay with that, I'm going to take this one off and hopefully it will fit in this one. Okay. I put this from the other flywheel onto this one. So now let's go ahead and start putting this thing back together again. I got a little packet of grease with that new one-way starter drive kit. Put a little bit on these needle bearings. Put a little bit of grease. All right. Make sure that's nice and tight. Now, got my new gasket here. Carefully take it out of the package. Get that put on. Put our cover back on and be one step closer into trying to start this thing. Okay, I carefully cut out the gasket out of that wrap it was in. Like that. I'm going to put a little gasket sealer on this side here because I was putting it on. This part here wasn't staying on there. So be careful and move this gasket off. I'll lay it on here. See, we got a little tear right there already. Light coat of sealing on that so it stays stuck on that because that statters has a big magnet on it. When I try pushing it on there, the gasket starts coming off, and we don't want that. We want it sealed good. So we're gonna put a light coat on there. Gonna put a light coat on it. Okay. There we go. Make sure all the holes are lined up. We'll let that sit for a few minutes. I'm going to get back and put it on the motorcycle. Alright. That's much better. When I took this apart, I should have got a piece of cardboard and made like a little map and stuck these bolts in there. We'll get it figured out. You just push them in. If there's like about a half, like 7/16 a half inch screw, and that means you got them in the right spot. And who knows, I might have to take this apart again because all that starter stuff I bought used on eBay. And if it don't work, tear it apart again. And probably try buying new if you can. I don't know if that's possible or not. It looks like I got them all in there. I wonder why that one ain't going in there. And we use a tap and die on this one here. I don't know why I don't want to go in there. Came out. Slowly getting there. Okay, now I put the foot peg back on. You'll find a wrench for that. Okay, got everything all tightened down. And the oil filter is right back here, and I got a new oil filter for it. Like I said, I've had this for a little over about 4 years now, and it didn't run for like 4 or 5 years before I got it. And when I got it, I had to put that new gas tank that goes, it's back down here. So there's no gas in it. So here's the tank right here. Right here's the tank. Like that. The big gas tank's like a dummy tank because all the gas goes back here. I put that on there. Now I changed all the starter gear stuff. I'm gonna change oil because it sat for, well, altogether what, probably 8-9 years now. So I'm gonna put fresh oil in it. On this side here, this is where I get the camera over here. I'm gonna put some antifreeze in there. That's don't have any in it, so to put antifreeze in there. And I gotta get a battery. I'll do that tomorrow. Get a battery for it tomorrow, and we'll try starting this thing. Like I said, it's been a long time waiting. Every time I start working on it, I get busy working on customer stuff. The battery goes right here, so I'll get that tomorrow. Then I gotta order blinkers for it. The original blinkers, they all broke off, so I'll have to get new blinkers for it. But I'm gonna start before then. Once I get started, take it for a little drive. But anyways, I'm gonna change oil now and put some antifreeze in there, and I'll get a battery, and hopefully we can start it soon. Okay, all I gotta do now is put some gas in it. It's been a long time coming to get this far. It's been sitting here for like 4 years now. The first year, rebuilt the carbs and put that gas tank in. That was all rotted out. Put all new fuel lines and everything. Then it sat for a couple of years, and now I just got done doing that, putting that new starter in, new starter clutch drive system in it and everything. So I got done bleeding the front disc brakes. It sat for so long, it was losing pressure, and bled the hydraulic clutch on it. So now let's put some gas in it and see what happens. Make sure ain't no leaks. Put the choke on. Make sure the switch is on. Check the temperature of the exhaust. 426 on that one. 417 on that one. Well, there you go. The bike's finally done. You probably saw it, probably all my videos, sitting over there in the corner or on top of the workbench. Anyways, if you have starter problems on these, I hope this video helps you out. I wish I would have done a video on rebuilding the carburetors, putting that tank in, but I was just starting out the YouTube videos. But anyways, appreciate you watching. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please subscribe. Anyways, you have a good afternoon.